Check 1, 2, check. Welcome back to another episode of my channel. Where today, as you can tell, I'm here downstairs in a Suns jersey with a piece of paper, a propel, and a microphone that doesn't work. I'm joking, it works. Anyways, this piece of paper is all the stats of yesterday's game against the Suns and the Nuggets. This was game 5. It was atrocious, let me say. It wasn't that great, but I'm here to make a podcast, but it's more of a talk show about the Suns only and the Nuggets, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I'm going to get right down to the basis of what I think and thought of this series and what I think going forward. So I'm going to try to make it as quick as I can.
Get down to the point, and yeah.
Alright, we're back after that intro. This currently is what we're going to be talking about. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about, the Phoenix Suns, and also the Denver Nuggets, unfortunately. It's 3-2 in the series right now, as you can see on screen. The Denver Nuggets are up. Last game, like I said, it was really bad, and we only lost by 16. It should have been worse. I have 6 pieces of paper here. Those 2 are for the Nuggets. These 2 are for the Suns. And this one's for the Suns. The last one must have never printed for the Nuggets, but who cares? Anyways, we're gonna get right down to the basis with the 2 bigs for our team. And yes, Kevin Durant had 26, Booker had 28, but it's not what you think. They weren't that efficient. Here as field goals made and field goals attempted, Kevin Durant went 10 for 24, which is just bad. It really is. I know he had 26 points, but it's not good. Like Booker went 28, but he was 8 for 19. It's just, if you want to win a game, it's not gonna work. It's not what you have to do. Plus, once again, our bench was horrible. Landry Shamet, Terrence Ross, Jock Landale, T.J. Warren, Torrey Craig, and Damian Lee. I mean, 2 of them played in garbage time, which is Lee and Craig. So we don't talk about that. But when it comes down to everyone else, 5 points for Landale, 9 for Ross. Shamet had an okay game with 6, but again, I think only his points came in garbage time once again. 23 minutes for only 6 points is not that great. DA again didn't show up. I mean, he had 14 and 9, but it couldn't stop Joker. And with that being said, Joker had 12 for 20, 60% free throw as well, so he got his free throw knocked down. And the last piece of paper underneath this one, I found it. 29 points. And he had another triple-double, so good for him. Going forward, if we want to win Game 6 at home at Footprint Center, which I think is definitely possible, Booker and KD have to show up. But as they say, role players normally play better at home, so we need to play better. And that being said, Terrence Ross campaign, even though he's a starter, Chris Paul should play next game. I know I was saying that I don't want him to play, but we need him. And I think at home he's going to be more helpful than any. Both. T.J. Warren, Jock Landale, Terrence Ross, and they really should have played Craig and Lee. I don't know why Monty decides not to play them. I know we have a talented team. I know people say we don't have a bench, but we do. Like their bench is Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, Jeff Green. And that's all I can name, honestly. I think that's their whole bench because no one else even played. So they have an 8-man rotation that's crushing us right now. I don't like it. Also, one thing I want to do before I go forward is appreciate everyone who gave me the idea of doing this series. It was a lot of them. I woke up with like 13 or 14 DMs on Instagram. Unfortunately, I didn't save any in the comments, which stinks, but I got a few on YouTube as well, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 different people, more than 5, like I said, but I didn't save all the comments. A lot of people think it's a good idea for me to do the series and what I think about the series. I said I don't want to be biased, but I still think we can win. It's 3-2 in the series, as I mentioned. I think we can get a home win at home pretty easily. Honestly, I think it's going to be not a blowout, but I think we're going to win. And then it's just up to Game 7. I mean, if we want to keep the Landry Shamet curse alive, then, I think this is 5th year in a row losing in Game 7 of the semifinals. But again, DA's got to step up. Kevin and Booker got to do what they do. That's really all I want to talk about for the main part of the video. There is definitely more things that I can think about, like stopping the Joker, or don't get people. Aaron Gordon or MPJ, like they're good, but we can't let people like that destroy us. At home, I don't think they're gonna do that. So it's gonna be heavy load for Joker and Murray, and I don't see them doing that. We won both games at home. I think we're gonna win another. So it's really whoever wins on the road. If they win on the road, obviously they're gonna win 4-2. But if we win on the road, I see us winning in 7. I really do hope we do, because I think the Lakers are gonna come out of that Warriors-Lakers series, and I think we'll beat the Lakers pretty easily. So I would like for us to get back to the finals, and then we're seeing a team like Philly or the Heat, unfortunately, which I still think we can beat both teams. So we just got to get out of this Denver series. I've said that since the beginning of this playoffs. When I found out we were playing the Clippers, I'm like, most likely the Clippers, and then Denver, and then the Lakers. I said that since the beginning of time. Another thing we have to do is get to the foul line. We didn't get to the foul line a lot. If you look at this last piece of paper I have here, once again, free throw percentages, 66% for Kevin Durant. Why is it so low? I don't know. Kevin Durant should be making his free throws. But yeah, that's really about it. But besides that, our free throws, making them are not too bad. It's just the fact we got to get to the line. Like, we had 40-some attempts in Game 2 and 30-some in Game 3. Like, that's what we got to do. They can call us Nuggets versus refs, but I don't care. And like Booker said, Nuggets star Jokic drop 50 all he wants as long as we win. And that's what we want him to do. We want him to be a scorer instead of a facilitator. Definitely didn't say that right. When I look at these turnovers, bro, these are horrible. 2 for Booker, 2 for Cam, 5 for Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin turnover Durant, man. He can't turn the ball over that much. Besides that, we didn't have any other turnovers. I don't think, at least. If I'm wrong on that, then my apologies. But we can't have any of those, you know what I mean? Other than that, it's almost going to be a wrap-up already. It's going to be short. If y'all do want me to do this every series or every game, let me know. I know it's pretty late into the season already, but hopefully we'll have at least 2 more games, get into that Game 7. If there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, let me know down below as well, because there's not much more. Paul comes back and has a good game, because normally on his comeback games he has rough games, and we can't have him have a rough game. Monty's got to make that adjustment if he does start having a bad game. Plus he's got to get people like Damian Lee or Torrey Craig, and I don't know why they're not playing in the first place. Tony Buckets looks good. He's got to get in as well. But yeah, you look at the plus minuses for the Suns. -19 for Kevin Durant. It's just horrible. DA's -21. Booker's -19. Campaign's -10. -11 for Shamet. Then you look at the Nuggets side. 27 for Gordon. 18 for Caldwell Pope and Jokic. 23 for Murray. It's just, we shouldn't have even had it a 16-point game. It should have been way more than that. So like I said, hopefully we step up next game. I'm basically going to wrap it up. Not use much more of your time other than that. Like I said, they're going for an 8-man rotation. I really want to go with this 8 that we have, plus have Damian Lee and Torrey Craig come out, and TJ Warren. So I want to have an 11-man roster, honestly, because once again, you look at this, the minutes for everyone. Kevin played 41.5. Booker played 40. That's a lot of minutes. It's, they play 8 less than the actual game. Campaign or Landry Shamet, they shouldn't be playing 30 and 23 in my opinion. Lee and Craig have to split that with them too, in my humbled opinion. Because Booker's good with the point guard, he really is, especially if Kevin Durant's out there, so we don't need Campaign or CP3 on the floor at all times. But again, hopefully their minutes will go down once CP3 comes back. He's been out for a while. But also that game that he did get hurt, we could have won that one. The first game we were close. Like, we've taken control of most of these games other than yesterday. So that's why I'm thinking we can win on the road. We just got to win at home to make that an opportunity for Sunday. Other than that, Kevin Durant and DA have to keep getting to the line. This is my first ever podcast about something like the Suns, because I daydream about it. I sleep on it all the time, but to be honest with you, talking out loud is definitely different than inside my head. But looking at the stats, all this stuff, is so much easier than just saying it off my top of my head that we need to win Game 6. We need to bring the energy. We need to bring the enthusiasm. And we need to get CP3 healthy again. It's really, really important, because I know, like I said to Mo, I said, oh, CP3 is probably better when he's not playing. Yeah, I take that back. I really do. Just bunk me in the head for real, because I don't believe it. Like I said, Terrence Ross having 9 points in 20 minutes, it's not bad. Terrence Ross is good. We need him out there. I really think Damian Lee will be a great person out there as well, because they're going to leave the corners wide open. DA or Kevin Durant can do his 2 things, and then they pass it out to the corner, and he splashed down USA. So that's what I think. But yeah, like I said, if you want to see a recap of Game 6, once that ends, let me know as well. I appreciate y'all for watching. That's going to be it for this podcast. It's very, very short, like I said, but other than that, like I said, the game itself yesterday wasn't that entertaining. If you want to go with the whole series, I'll put a longer podcast out probably at the end of the series. Unfortunately, if they do lose, I still will. Because the whole series itself, there's been back and forth games. There's been good games. There's been bad games for both teams. But, you know, if we have our good games, we're going to win every game. Because they've basically been okay every game. So if they're okay and we're bad, then they're going to win. But if they're okay and we're good, then we're going to win. So we need to be good the next 2 games. That's going to wrap it up, like I said. And if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, maybe I'll put a live stream out. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Sayonara. One more thing I want to note or mention before we do get off this podcast is this piece of paper for the Nuggets. Look in the O-Reb, meaning all offensive rebounds. There's a lot. Like the Joker himself had 4. Gordon and Caldwell Pope had 3 and 2. Brown had 1. It doesn't seem like a lot, but then you look at ones like the Suns, and there was only 8. So they beat us on offensive rebounds only by 1 this game, but we have to out-rebound them. I mean, it's hard to do so, but we got to hustle for every rebound. So as long as we do that, I think the next game will be better. And like I said, free throw percentage for Aaron Gordon is 25, so maybe sending him to the line might not be a bad idea either. Plus, he shot 4 for 13, so maybe give him the shots and double team the Joker. But yeah, that's about it. Appreciate y'all for watching again. Other than that, I'm out. Sayonara. Before I do end this video off, I know I've said that like 100 times, is I want to answer the question that person said, what do I think the Suns will do? It's very important that CP3 is going to come back. I think that's the answer right there. I think as soon as he comes back, he's going to be the one to make the changes and change the entire portion of the game, and he's going to be the one that facilitates most of the ball handling instead of someone like Campaign or D-Book. I think they're going to do defensively is just keep switching. As long as they keep switching on Murray or Jokic, I think they'll be fine because the other 3 on the court at all times is not as big as a threat. Like, you know, we have scorers and you know, we gotta put up 120. If we put up 120, they're not going to be able to match us. We do that for both games, and we're coming out of the West. If not, Denver's going to. But yeah, if you guys want to know what my opinion is, rest of the NBA playoffs, maybe I'll make a podcast on all 4 teams. Let me know down below. Sayonara part 3.
I think.
What's up? What the? You see that? That's how you gotta shoot. Kevin Durant.